Hello, everybody. Once again, here coming back to you to talk a little bit about the Universal Studios and Focus Features presentation. And this one was a very different and unique presentation because when we sat there was already the stage was set up. We knew there was going to be an orchestra playing, so I was under the impression that we were going to get that the orchestra was there just for Wicked, but boy was I wrong. Luckily, very wrong. And although it was there for Wicked, it was there for the entirety of the presentation. So what they do, they start the presentation just playing with the orchestra comes out right at the beginning, and they show a montage of movies, old and new and up and coming, and they play their iconic scores, film scores, and movies that easily transport you to either a galaxy far, far away, or they take you to Jurassic Park, or they simply make you aware that there's a shark coming right after you, or perhaps they sends you to the world of Harry Potter. And it was definitely an opening sequence that was riveting. I was moved. I was in tears just watching, just listening to the orchestra live. So yeah, they did films like Jurassic Park, Jaws, Despicable Me, How to Train Your Dragon, Psycho, Shrek, Back to the Future, Conclave, Oppenheimer, E.T., and obviously they end with Wicked. It was just a beautiful rundown, a reminder of how the music, our score, can provide a film with a unique feeling and identity, and even make or break a film. So then, yes, we are then introduced to Mahershala, Scarlett Johansson, and the director of Jurassic World Rebirth, which is set to release on July 2nd. We were also shown a trailer. Looks incredibly fun, and the three of them on stage was such a blast. They have such a fun dynamic, and they were just going back and forth about their experiences filming the movie, and why we should go to the theater and watch this film. Definitely a movie I will be seeking out. So run down the line in July. Stay tuned for my thoughts on it. Then we went on to DreamWorks. DreamWorks Animations, where three movies were discussed. The first one is Gabby's Dollhouse, a movie that's going to be released on September 26th. The Bad Guys 2 will be releasing on August 1st. And then How to Train Your Dragon will be releasing later on this year. But we were also informed that How to Train Your Dragon 2, the live action one, will be releasing on June 11th, 2027, which I absolutely love. So yeah, from there on, we were introduced to Marlon Wayans, and I believe his name was Tyreek, and they were there to discuss the upcoming movie Him, which is Tyreek Withers, which is a film that's it's directed by Justin Tipping, and them two also had a very fun and playful dynamic when they came on stage. It's a sport horror drama. It very much seems like a sport. It is a sports film, but you have your Jordan Peele twists and horror elements on this. Releases on September 19th. It looks very creepy, and again, a lot of Jordan Peele vibes. I might seek it out, but I'll be a little cautious about it. So then we got a trailer for Nobody 2, which is apparently going to be a family vacation, releasing on August 15th. I haven't seen the first one, I'm admitting it, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect or look forward to. But the trailer looked pretty darn fun. So that I'm certainly going to be going out there to seek that out. So that was it for Universal. Focus Features then comes out and shows us three trailers. The first trailer was for Wes Anderson's I believe is starring Toro, and then Yorgos Lanthimos' Begonia, and then finally Downton Abbey, the grand finale. Wes Anderson is a director who I rather, for the most part, am more impressed and more I admire his films more rather than like. So the trailer for this film is no different. Very much, it has Wes Anderson all over it with his visuals and his style of filmmaking. And then Yorgos Lanthimos, again, he's also another one that tends to be a little hit or miss for me. This one looked a little bit more like on the miss side for me, but again, it's just a trailer, so I really can't elaborate other than the clips that they were giving us. Downton Abbey, I'm a big fan of Downton Abbey. I watched the entire show. I've seen the films, and the fact that this is the end. This is the finale of the show. It's heartbreaking, but it feels right because, granted, I know how much more can you milk out of an IP, but it does sadden me that this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it for the family, and they did show us some clips. Looks pretty cool, and I mean, very good for me, I guess. So after that, we had Jason Blum walk out in one of the mechanical costumes of Five Nights at Freddy's. It was creepy. But yeah, he was here to talk about a few Blumhouse releases. The movie Drop will be released in 2 weeks, so keep an eye on that. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 will also be hitting theaters this December, so they did show us a trailer for it, and it looks very much like the first one, and I would not be surprised if it does become a hit. Black Phone 2 releases October 17th. This one looks very, very, very scary. It gave me a lot of Freddy Krueger vibes. And oh, lordy, it was pretty creepy. Following that was Megan 2.0. Pardon me. Megan 2.0 releases June 27, 2025. This trailer also looked very much like the first film, very creepy. But now you have another I believe her name is Emily or something like that, who is here to take over Megan and such. So yeah, it looked pretty cool. And then James Wan just came out to talk with Jason Blum, and they both introduced a movie they'll be releasing in January of next year called Soulmate. So this one's pretty much Megan, but for adults or for a man or something. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So then the president of theatrical distribution walked out and just gave a few announcements for movies that we had already an idea of what was gonna come out, but they were just they gave us a little more detail about when. So Super Mario Brothers sequel releases April 2026. The Minions 3 releases July 2026. Shrek 5 releases on Christmas of 2026. And then for the summer of 2026, there's going to be, in June, we're going to have a Steven Spielberg movie come out. And then in late July, we're going to have The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. And then it was time for Wicked for Good. So this one, obviously, we had Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, the orchestra, everything. It just felt like a big epic conclusion. And this movie releasing November 21st. It's gonna be a big hit. I can already see it and feel it. They showed us a trailer, and I was already emotionally moved. I was in tears just with that trailer. So I cannot imagine what that movie is going to do for me. And yeah, that was the end for Universal. And yeah, stay tuned because I will be returning to talk a little bit more on Amazon MGM Studios presentation and then what's to come for day 4 and the last day of CinemaCon, which is day 4. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.